Hello everyone, myself Dr. Ravi Agrari, and you guys are listening me on Purvanchala's online platform. As you know guys, this is a science and technology series, and right now we are in the last lecture of space technology. If regarding any queries for online or face-to-face classes, if you are in nearby Gorakhpur area, which is in Gorakh UP, so you can contact on the given number. Those even display here guys. Okay, so the remaining part that left here in this space technology, come here guys. These are the many name that you can see on a screen here, like International Space Mission. The one you can see here, that is the New Horizon. The second one is Juno mission. Third one is Titan mission. The fourth one is a Casey-Huygens mission. The fifth one is NASA launch Dragonfly mission, Mars Science Laboratory, Curiosity rover, ExoMars program, Messenger program, NASA's Orion spacecraft mission, Maven spacecraft, Parker solar probe, solar orbiter mission, that is called as a SOLO, even Punch mission, Kepler mission, transiting exoplanet survey satellites, TESS, next Dawn asteroid mission. Next one is NASA's OSIRIS-REx mission, Voyager mission, ISAT and ISAT-2, means ISAT-1 and ISAT-2, Artemis program, ICON mission, Chang mission, Hayabusa 1 and Hayabusa 2, and the one more last, that will be China's artificial moon project. So these are those space mission even earlier that has set up some examples. Finally, we people understood about the information in this planet Earth, and a part of this guys in our solar system, even a part of our solar system at different level. Okay, in this space, different type of studies even become possible with the help of entire mission guys. Okay, and some of them you can see here, which is the future mission. Okay, so all previously, which is important one that I brought here in the last 2-3 years, that all the entire mission was in news, I brought here. And what about the future mission that will help you for 2-3 years in your examinations, and just time to time new updation always required guys. So what about the important I found guys on the basis of my own experience, I'm going to share with you. And this 25 mission in the brief only required, don't go in detail of all these mission guys. So only whatever I'm going to discuss with you, that is enough for your examination. Either you are going for prelims or mains, it will be enough. As you know guys, Juno was the mains question paper in 2017 UPSC. Titan was the mains question paper in 2010 UPSC. Curiosity rover was the mains question paper 2012 UPSC. Messenger, Voyager, that was a prelims question paper in 2014 around. So in that way guys, many question even UPSC has in your paper guys. So let us start with all the entire missions, space missions. You start first with the New Horizon. Okay, the New Horizon, that is the first one. And New Horizon is it was a mission that was launched by NASA in 2006, and the launching place is the Cape Canaveral. Cape Canaveral is a US based launching station. From this place guys, US launched maximum number of satellites. So 2006 was the launching date for New Horizon, and the purpose of New Horizon was actually for the study of Pluto. Purpose of New Horizon was study of Pluto, and those locations where the Pluto is present, that is called Kuiper belt. And finally, it is proved that Pluto is not the planet, not a ninth planet in our solar system. And Pluto, that location where Pluto is present, that is the Kuiper belt regions where the Pluto present, and Pluto is not as a planet, and this Pluto has been defined with the help of New Horizon informations. Those information New Horizon send guys, with the help of these all the entire data, it is proof no, it not follow the principle of planets. So finally it is a dwarf planet. Okay, so earlier there was a confusion guys regarding the Plutos, and though even that confusion even solved with the help of New Horizon mission. And one of the international body, the UN based body, that is the International Astronomical Union. International Astronomical Union is a UN based body that even do all the classification of the entire space, that do all the entire classification in the space. And finally this International Astronomical Union, on the basis of given data of New Horizon, they said that no, Pluto will not be ninth planet. Okay, and those location where the Pluto is present, that is called Kuiper belt. Okay, somehow this topic of discussion I will do in the case of particle physics. Okay, so finally, new horizon based question, if UPSC ask you, yeah, any state pieces ask you, the Kuiper belt and Pluto type of options, you be ready. So if Pluto is not the planet, so what actually Pluto is? So now according to modern classification, according to International Astronomical Union, now Pluto is the dwarf planet. So now no, Pluto is not the planet, Pluto is the dwarf planet. Okay, everybody, fine. In January 2015, okay, actually this type of data even came, guys, and finally even that new horizon even passed from nearby region of Pluto at the distance of 12,500 kilometer. Okay, and finally that all the surface of Pluto's and every picture images, and finally that even have done the exploration that it is not the planet, it is a dwarf planet, and the rest of you can know understood about Kuiper belt and all. And this is the project, guys, that even extended till 2021, so at least till 2021, as NASA told you, it will give some more information about Pluto and nearby Kuiper belt regions where some other celestial body present there. As earlier Pluto was there, similarly, guys, some other celestial bodies also in the Kuiper belt regions. See, suppose this is a sun, okay, planet, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. Okay, these are the 8 planets. Later on in this region have a Pluto, but it's not only have a Pluto, guys. Through the help of studies, it also become possible some other celestial bodies. Even some of the celestial bodies are larger than Pluto's. Okay, and everyone, even, you know, they were revolving around the sun. They all were revolving around the sun, and that is the reason, guys, there was a confusion about this Pluto, because all the planets revolve the suns. Similarly, Pluto is doing, but not only Pluto, guys, some other object is still doing it. Okay, but lot of the confusion with the Pluto, because planet have a there are some principles that planet should have their own orbits. But what was the with the Pluto, guys? The sum of the orbit of Pluto was actually under the Neptune. This is the Neptune orbit. So some of the portion of the Pluto based orbit was coming inside the Neptune. How it is possible? So there was a confusion with the Pluto. And even, guys, planets always larger than the satellites. But see, Ganymede is one of the satellites. Okay, I think this is the largest satellite of Jupiter, and this Ganymede as a satellite, it is a larger than planet. How it is possible? So according to the way as planet is classified, Pluto not follow entire things. Okay, entire principle, and that's why finally International Astronomical Union has given a decision. Pluto is not the 9th planet, and now the Pluto is out. Our solar system has only Sun and their own family members as a 8th planet. Okay, so this is the entire thing about New Horizon mission. Now we'll go into the discussion of Juno mission. Okay, now the second one is Juno mission. See, Juno mission, it is a NASA based mission, and even it was the mains question paper in 2017. Okay, and what was the mains question paper? I will discuss with you, guys. First, you listen about the factual data. Its launch mass was 3625 kilogram. Launch date was the August 2011, and the launch site is the Cape Canaveral. Cape Canaveral means suddenly you can strike, guys, it is the NASA based launching station, so of course it will be a NASA based mission. So this mission is the NASA based mission, and Juno mission actually sent for the study of planet Jupiter. So Juno mission sent for the study of Jupiter. What about the objectives of Juno? Actually, the purpose of Juno was at least study of composition of the surface of Jupiter. What about the gravity response on the Jupiter? What about the magnetic field? What about the polar magnetosphere? These all the features on the Jupiters. Okay, they will try to identify. Okay, and even Juno has done it also. Okay, actually, guys, there is a lot of reason about how Earth originated. Okay, lot of confusions among the scientist community that how Earth originated. So some scientist communities even in the favor of it that this Jupiter based origin happened, means Earth originated from Jupiter. But how much it is true, guys, how much it is true? Okay, here this type of results, means Juno based data that even sent, it will help us to provide the information, okay, that it is possible that Earth originated from Jupiter. Okay, and how it is, so that all the entire information given in this paragraph, and this was the question in 2017 mains. Through the help of Juno research, Okay, when the Juno has identified all the Jupiter studies and all, then it is identify, guys, that rocky core regions present in the Jupiter, that amount of water it contains into the deep atmosphere in the Jupiter, even mass distribution and deep winds. Okay, that is present in the Jupiter with a speed of at least 618 km per hour. And you know, these type of features, maximum features, those Juno has given us, that is similar to Earth. And in that way, guys, it provides the light of the Earth origin and evolution. So similar feature, Earth, a lot of similarity with the Jupiter. So it means there is a possibility, guys, that from the Jupiter, Earth originated. Even behind the Earth origin have a many theories. Okay, many theories. Somebody said that the Earth originated from after breakdown of some part of Sun, guys. Okay, and here this type of matching, this type of research work is helping us to provide the information. No, Earth is originated from Jupiter. Okay, how this Juno mission different from the earlier sent Jupiter mission? Now here we will come there, guys. Actually, it is nuclear powered. Means the source of energy is what? In this engine is a nuclear reactor based. Nuclear power means always reactor. Always remember, guys, nuclear reactor based engine used there, and here the fuel is a nuclear fuel. And here fuel is the nuclear fuel. Nuclear fuel means uranium. Nuclear fuel means thorium. Nuclear fuel means plutonium. Those I discussed with you under the case of nuclear energy. Okay, where uranium, thorium, plutonium I use as a fuel. Okay, so this is here, guys. So a spacecraft after the nuclear power Galileo orbiter to orbit Jupiter. So this is also nuclear powered, and the second one, it is after Galileo. Okay, this is the second one, experimental. Okay, next one, guys, it is the first Jupiter based mission. Okay, you can see here, guys, it is the first Jupiter based mission making the uses of solar panel. Neither the earlier those mission was sent, here radioisotope was used as a source of energy. Solar panel is those, guys, which will receive the sunlight, and in the presence of sunlight, what happened? The battery will charge, and through the help of batteries, signals even coming towards the Earth's surface. So what about the payloads, instrument and devices, those introduced under the Juno, guys? Through the help of these payloads, okay, through the help of these payload, those picture and images will captured. Okay, that all the information through signals sent by with the help of battery based power, and this battery based power always charged with the help of solar panel. And it is not exactly solar panel, actually a group of coordination of solar panel used there inside the spacecraft. Okay, every spacecraft source of energy, you remember, guys, okay, 99% cases source of energies are the group of solar panels, and multiple number of group of solar panels are called as a solar array. Okay, solar array. And you know very well, guys, that all the missions, those are actually under solar system, everywhere have an impact of sun. Either it's a Mercury, it's a Venus, it's a Saturn, any mission, guys. Okay, if you will use the solar panel and high powerful battery, so of course when the light will come towards the planets, so of course if the satellite will be in their own orbit, the satellite based solar panel will also receive a what? Light, and battery will charge. In that way it will be become functional, and they will respond and send a signals time to time. So I hope you people very clear how smartly UPSC asked the question, and how what was the question, and how smartly you can write your answer. Okay, my nature is, guys, whenever I will discuss any topics, so I want to follow each and every question paper which is connected. Okay, in this entire discussion, even came in your paper, either it's a state PCS or UPSC, I cover entire thing. That is the reason I claim, guys, my discussion will be helpful to you, not only for civil services, even in all state PCS question paper. Even I always do the exercises, lot of the exercises. I have seen every state PCS question, guys. Only few state PCS even display here like UPP, so MPPS, RS. No, guys, even every state PCS question paper I see. It's my nature. And whenever I, after to watch this entire syllabus, Karnataka, Kerala, okay, even some of the state not even having a frequently civil services examination, state based. But if I have a 3-4 papers, I also said 3-4 papers. Okay, and then I clubbed entire thing in my discussion, and even I have written the entire book. Those books I am writing here. Okay, I have written it. So now come next, guys, that is the Titan mission. Okay, Titan mission. Titan mission is actually, it is the mission for the study of Saturn. This is the mission sent for the study of, will send, again I repeat, will send, not send, will send for the study of Saturn. Actually, Saturn have a 2 moon, which is very special moon. That is called Titan and Enceladus. Saturn have two very specific moon. The one is Titan and second is Enceladus. Okay, on the basis of the moon of Saturn, this spacecraft name also become as a Titan, but Titan is a spacecraft, and this Titan is spacecraft, okay, it is in manufacturing phase. And there was a news, guys, that between 2020 and 2029, okay, there was a planning to send this mission for the study of Saturn. Okay, and it was the work between European Space Agency and NASA. Okay, so there was a decision, guys, on January 2009, that for Titan mission, European Space Agency, Titan, and Enceladus mission with NASA Titan Explorer studies, both will merge together. See, both merge together, and finally they came in this conclusion that we both country will work together, especially for future Titan mission. Okay, and TSSM means Titan Saturn System Mission. This is the complete name. Okay, this is the complete name. And this Titan Saturn System Mission consists of what will come there, especially for the study purposes, will have one orbiter that will be in their own orbit and take picture in images and all. The second one, guys, two Titan exploration probes. Okay, an orbiter and two Titan exploration probe will be there, guys. And which type of probe will be there? You see, guys, a hot air balloons will be used there, and this hot air balloon will try to come in their own cloudy regions. It will try to come into the Titan's cloudy regions, and they will float in their own cloudy regions. Okay, and a part of these, guys, the another probe is the lander. So one is a hot air balloon probe, and the second one is a lander. Lander is that technology through we will land on the surface. Lander is those technology through we will land on the surface. And see, guys, lander, orbiter, rover, that discussion, I'm very sure you people very clear through the discussion of a Chandrayaan 2. Similarly, this type of research even included under this Titan mission. Okay, and this lander will try to find out the methane seas. Okay, those are available in the Saturn. In that way, it will try to help us. And see, guys, what about the objective of Titan Saturn System Mission, TSSM? Yeah, Titan mission, guys. Overall, definitely it will help us to identify how Titans originated and its evolutions models. Okay, so somehow, guys, the origin of Titan will be identified. And you know why Titan is very important? Just you give me some time, I will tell you. Even, guys, with the help of okay, all the entire missions that even will complete in the coming future, we will also try to find out about Enceladus studies, knowledge of Enceladus, and even Saturn's magnetosphere, the magnetic effects and all. We will also check on the Saturns. Even Earth still have a magnetic effect. That's why the ion and charges are coming towards Earth, they divert toward the polar regions. And the life between 60 degree north to 60 degree south, why it is safe? Even those ions and charges even traveled in the space, they are moving with the very good speed. Sometimes they fall down to the surface of Earth. And it was UPSC question in 2013-14, why those ion and charges are moving in the space with the very high speed. Okay, and fall down to the surface even on the Earth surface sometime, but still safe for the life of human being. Yeah, living organism. The reason, polar region have a maximum magnetic fields. So what about the ion and charges will come? They will divert toward the magnetic field regions. Polar region have a magnetic field, maximum magnetic field. So similarly, guys, what about the impact of magnetic field and all in this entire mission, in the mini mission, guys, we will try to find out. So similarly, we will also try to find out here about magnetosphere. Okay, effect of magnetic fields and all. Next one will also be a Saturn mission. That is the now entire series of mission I will explain with you. Saturn mission right now. Here you come Cassini-Huygens. Here you come Cassini-Huygens. Cassini is here one of the orbiter and Huygens is here one of the lander. So Cassini is the orbiter and Huygens is a lander in this mission. Total launch mass of Cassini-Huygens is how much? It is a 5712 kilogram. Its launch date was 15th October 1997, and the launching site is the Cape Canaveral. You can guess it's a NASA based mission. Actually, here the Cassini is a orbiter. Everybody know very well. Orbiter that you will put into the orbit, and from that place it will take picture in images. This is the function of orbiter. Okay, lander, those will land on the technology, land on the surface, guys. Okay, lander technologies. So Cassini-Huygens is actually unmanned. The one here, no human being there. similar to Chandrayaan. No human being was there. Spacecraft sent for the study of planet Saturn. 1 point. Second, guys, this is the overall for the study of Saturn is the fourth spacecraft. Yeah, fourth space probe for the study of Saturn, and the first that enter into its orbit. Okay, everyone. Another one. 16 European countries and US. These all working together, especially to make Casey-Huygens life, yeah, overall the purpose successful. Okay, so there was that group of 16 European countries group and US, they work together especially behind this Cassini. Okay, and there was the news, guys, that it destroyed completely on 15 September 2017. So now Cassini is not in working condition, but Cassini has given a lot of information, guys, and we understood a lot of even scientist community have a lot of knowledge right now about the Saturn. Okay, what about the achievement of this mission? Okay, in this case, Cassini-Huygens mission, you should be clear. It's a first mission, those even complete their own lifespan. Okay, those even complete their own lifespan. Various observation it has given it that what about the depth? What about the even very closest picture of Saturn it also identify. Okay, from their own orbits. So from their own orbit, it identify the closest picture. So closest picture means the better images. Okay, and that very unique feature that Cassini-Huygens has given us about the Saturn, that Saturn have a Earth-like conditions, and mostly it is on Titan, guys. That's why the Titan studies are very, very important. Even in the future, NASA is also planning for Dragonfly mission, also for the Titan. So Titan is that moon, that is Saturn satellites, Saturn natural satellite, yeah, Saturn's moon. Okay, where have a maximum possibility of life and Earth-like similarity. And here this mission, Cassini-Huygens mission, also provide you the same information. Earth-like condition are available on the Titan, guys. What about the condition? Rain is there. What about the condition? Rivers are there. What about the condition? Lakes are there. What about the condition? Seas are there. So in that way, guys, all the knowledge you will have. Even some more information that Cassini-Huygens has given us, that geysers type of eruptions, the hot water geysers. Geysers also available on the Earth, guys. Many places and in the oceans have also the geysers formations. Okay, it is a part of geography. It's a natural characteristic. Okay, and have a eruptions also on Enceladus. So that this Cassini-Huygens also inform us that Enceladus have also a presence of geysers. And very different feature that Cassini-Huygens has informed us about the Saturn, that is the discovery of giant hurricanes, and the giant hurricanes at both of the Saturn poles. Okay, in both of the Saturn poles, okay, have a presence of what? Northern pole and southern pole, both sides you see, guys, have a presence of hurricanes. So this type of natural phenomena also happen into the on the Saturn surface, guys. Okay, now we'll go into the NASA based Dragonfly. As I told you that NASA has also planned for the unmanned nuclear powered drone that is called Dragonfly by 2026. Purpose: search for the life on Saturn's largest moon, that is Titan. So I told you guys the Titan have a lot of similarity, Earth type, where have a possibility of life. Okay, why study of Titan is very important? You can see here, guys, Titan is very close to Earth type of similarity and provides a clues to how life may have arisen on our planets. So somehow this this study will help us that how on our planets have a life. So Titan study will have a possibility to provide this knowledge, as scientist community said, guys. And Titan is the larger than our planet Mercury, guys. Titan is larger than the planet Mercury, and this is the second largest moon in our solar system, and that is the second largest moon in our solar system. And which is the biggest moon on our solar system? Yeah, satellites in our solar system, it is the, I think, Jupiter based Ganymede, as I also compare with the Pluto and Ganymede, the same, guys. Okay, fine. Now you come next one, that is a Mars Science Laboratory. Mars Science Laboratory, so that will do the study of Mars. You can guess very easily, guys. So Mars Science Laboratory. See, in the Mars Science Laboratory, launch mass of this entire spacecraft and all system 3839 kilogram, Its launch date was 26th November 2011. Site was Cape Canaveral. Okay, Cape Canaveral means, you can understand guys, it's a somehow NASA based mission. Actually guys, this is those spacecraft, yeah, space probe, that is a robotic, means AI based technology used there. AI based technology used there. The purpose, mission of Mars, launched by NASA. Even with the successful landing of Curiosity rover. Okay, actually Curiosity rover was one of the part of Mars science laboratory, and this Curiosity rover was even launched in that duration of time under Mars science laboratory missions. Okay, so Curiosity rover was mains 2012 UPSC question paper. Curiosity rover was mains 2012 question paper. What will come there? See guys. NASA which successfully landed the Curiosity, a Mars rover, on Gale craters. Okay, on the Mars based Gale craters on 6th August 2012. And see, in that year it was the mains question paper 2012, because that year it was the current affair news. Okay, and how this Curiosity rover is better than the earlier sent rovers? It means Curiosity rover is not the first rover those move on the surface of the Mars. Before it guys, Sprint and Opportunity was the another rovers that also landed earlier. But if you see the differences of Curiosity longer by the Sprint and the Opportunity, so this Curiosity rover is twice as long lengthwise and even 5 times heavier than the earlier sent Mars rovers of Sprint and Opportunity. So in that way, Curiosity rover is a different rover and a difference and better than earlier sent rovers. What about the scientific goal of Mars Science Laboratory? What about the goal of Mars Science Laboratory? You can see here guys. Okay, the one, determining the landing sites. Okay, that where we will land on the Mars surface, so it will be much more good, and habitability, that how much the possibility of life there, including the role of water, still will check with the help of this Mars Science Laboratory mission. Even with the help of Mars Science Laboratory mission, we will also identify climates. And what about the Mars surface rocks, means Mars geology we will also check. Mars geology will also check. Even guys, there is also a news under the objectives of this Mars Science Laboratory, that study of organic carbon compounds we can check. And you know guys, the carbon compound, yeah, organic compounds are the main elements and compounds behind the life. Okay, we living organism, either you, plants, everyone guys, every living animals, they have a organic compounds, they have a carbons. So if you will identify the presence of organic compound, so somehow guys it will help us to identify there is a possibility of life here. Okay, yeah, maybe you can do biosignature. You know guys, what is the biosignature? I discussed with you the biosignature concept in the case of Chandrayaan 2 with the help of soil sample. And who will take soil sample? Rover. That even we were trying in the case of, we tried even in the case of Chandrayaan 2, but Chandrayaan 2, the rest of the part, a part of orbiter, not become successful. Neither we people were also planned for biosignature of this moon surface. What will come in the biosignature? Again, I'm going to repeat, you take a soil sample and do their own chemical testing. After chemical testing of soil, you will identify that there was earlier had some life, yet today have some life. So past life and the present life, you can check. Okay, you can check here guys. Okay, so similarly biosignature will also be here in this case. And I told you biosignature was the UPSC mains question 2008. Again, I'm expecting as biosignature can come in your prelims paper. And biosignature is a part of geology. Geology means study of rocks, surface. Okay, so that type of study. So of course, when you people are doing the study of moon surface, so it's a kind of rocks. If you people are doing the study of a Mars surface, it is a kind of rocks. And then on that rocks, you are trying to find out the past life and the present life. Okay, past life and present life. So past life and the present life, this is biosignature. Okay, with that guys, investigate the chemical composition, minerals, okay, resources detection, you can check guys. And even one thing guys, that in these regions, okay, Martian atmosphere, which type of atmosphere here present here. Okay, solid, liquid, gas, many things are possible. Distribution and cycling of water and CO2, where it is available, how it is available, what about cycling process going to be happen, that water is going to become as oxygen or not, oxygen and hydrogen, they form water or not, CO2, okay, carbon monoxide, oxygen, everything will be checked here very easily, guys. And the one thing more, guys, the objective parts, surface radiation we will also check. Those all the planets are actually under what? Under solar system. All the planets are receiving solar lights. So ultimately, how much the effect of solar radiation on its surface, we will also check it. And accordingly, we will plan to send human on the surface of moon. Of course, when the human will land on the surface of moon, the human will come under the effect of radiation or not. So finally, with the help of these all the studies, in the coming future is the possibility, guys, if you have planned to send the man on the Mars, so you will plan accordingly. Neither it will be very dangerous for the survival of astronauts on the Mars atmosphere. Curiosity rover, as I told you guys, was a part of Mars Science Laboratory. Okay, it was a part of Mars Science Laboratory. It is a kind of rover with the 899 kilogram. It launched under the Mars Science Laboratory part and finally reached on the landing on the surface 6 August 2012. The orbiter you put on the orbits, later on the remaining parts you will land on the surface. So landing was in 2012. And there is a news, guys, it is still working. It is still working. Okay, and you know very well, guys, what about the goal of Curiosity rover? The same goal that was the goal of Mars Science Laboratory, the same role will try to fulfill by Curiosity rover, because Curiosity rover is the part of Mars Science Laboratory, MSL. This is the entire reason. Okay, guys. Now we'll come into discussion of ExoMars program. Next is the ExoMars program. ExoMars program. What will come in ExoMars program? Actually, guys, it is a joint endeavor, joint work between European Space Agency and Russian Space Agency. That name is called Roscosmos. Purpose: whether life has ever existed on the Mars. That is the question, and we were trying to find out that answer. Okay, that life, whether is possible, existed on the Mars or not, we will try to find out in this program. In this program comprises of 2 missions. Within this entire program have a 2 mission. The first is achieved in the March 2016. First achieved in March 2016, and second is planned for 2022. Okay, the first achieved in 2016 and second is the plan in 2022. What achieved in 2016? Actually, Trace Gas Orbiter and Schiaparelli. These are those payloads even used here, guys. These are those payload which used here. What about the TGOs? TGO's main objective was to search for the evidences of methane on Mars atmosphere and trace atmospheric gases through the help of biosignatures. And finally, through the help of biosignature, you will also get about the biological activity, living organisms. Okay, that was the first phase work. And the another probe that is called Schiaparelli. Schiaparelli probe crashed during its attempt on the Mars. Actually, you know why this crashing? Okay, this crashing even performed under this mission. Through the help of this crash on the surface, we try to learn that if we want to land any lander on the surface, so what type of procedure we should adopt. So it was the part of experiment to crash this lander on the surface. And that name was Schiaparelli. Schiaparelli. Okay, so that was the part of it. That is the reason in the future, guys, that India still have a planning that in the case of Mars orbiter mission number 2, India has planned to send lander and rover both, a part of orbiter. But in the case of Mangalyaan, we only send what? Mangalyaan 1, we only send the orbiter. Okay, so this was the kind of experiment that even they tried to learn how, if we want to land any object on the surface, so which type of procedure we should adopt. Okay, and second one, the comprising of a rover on ExoMars, and we'll try to find out about the questions about the life and better I will tell you in the one words, biosignatures. better for biosignatures. Now come the separate mission that is called messenger mission. Okay, the next one is the messenger mission. Actually, messenger mission was the UPSC prelims question. Only one information that I will tell you that to remember. This was the robotic spacecraft sent for the study of planet Mercury. Sent for the study of planet Mercury. Okay, everybody, fine. Even it reached into the orbits on 2011. It reached into the proper, okay, Mercury orbit in 2011, and 2011 to 2015 it has done their own great job, guys. Okay, and it finally identified about Mercury's features and environment. Even this mission sent in 2004 with the help of Delta II rockets, but it reached on the Mercury orbit in 2011. So 11 to 15 it has done their own job, guys. What about the objectives of this messenger mission? You can guess very easily, guys. Of course, the surface chemical composition of the planet, study of geological history of the planet, even the magnetic field effect, means magnetosphere, you can check it here. Core size, okay, earth core size. Earth core means I'm telling you, okay, Mercury core size. Okay, next you people can identify the poles nature. Okay, and another one, guys, the planet exosphere nature, the outside, what about the atmosphere and all, you will check it with the help of it. Next one is the NASA's Orion spacecraft mission. It is designed to carry humans further than they have ever gone before, guys. Okay, actually this is the planning of NASA in the coming future to send man in the space mission. So this is the kind of training, overall it is a kind of preparations from NASA side in the coming future to send man in the space mission. Even NASA stopped all to send the man in the space after Apollo 2 submission, guys, where the all the passenger died there. I hope you know very well, guys. Later on, NASA halted all the manned space missions, but it is a kind of training started again. And it provides the capability for emergency abort, how emergency landing we can do it. Even we'll try to safe re-entry. Re-entry means further we will back into the atmosphere. Even parachute landing system, they were trying to learn it. Even if you people have seen a movie Gravity, so you can see, guys, in that movie those lady even landed into the ocean, guys, that landed with the help of parachute mechanism at the last. Okay, so entire things here NASA is trying to learn, NASA is trying to achieve, and finally NASA has planning to send human further into the that even earlier NASA also sent, or again further in the coming future NASA will use to send a human in the space, as India is trying to send the Gaganyaan mission. Okay, but NASA try to achieve more distance, up to not 400, 500 as India is trying, more distance. Okay, now you come into the next mission, that is a MAVEN spacecraft. MAVEN spacecraft was launched on November 2013, especially sent into the orbit of Mars and reached into the orbit of Mars on September 2014. So as India has taken total 9-month journey to reach into the Mars orbiter, in the case of Mangalyaan mission, similarly MAVEN spacecraft also have taken around 9-month journey. What is the full form of MAVEN mission? MAVEN represents as a Mars atmosphere and volatile evolution. Again repeat, Mars atmosphere and volatile evolution. Okay, it is a mission by NASA, guys. Okay, NASA has developed entire mission and all, and try to send, even identify the Martian atmosphere during its orbiting into the Mars. Okay, into the Mars orbit, this MAVEN even situated and properly it takes all the images and pictures of Mars atmosphere, surfaces and all. Actually, guys, this function is extended right now. Okay, this is an extended mission right now and it is still working. Okay, there is a news that MAVEN also given a lot of data. Okay, and one more thing, guys, it also discovered have 2 types of Martian auroras that on the Earth present. Similarly, it is also present there. Diffuse aurora and proton aurora are present under the Martian atmosphere. Okay, it also discovered in the Mars have also the auroras activities, and even they also demonstrated that the majority of carbon dioxide on the planet has been lost to the space. It means earlier on the Mars atmosphere had CO2, but it lost into the space. How it happened, what it happened, slowly gradually some new results will come and we will get that answer. Next one, guys, that is a Parker solar probe. It was a solar probe. So finally about the sun mysteries. Okay, a lot of information about sun still not clear, and even I told you in the case of Aditya mission. Okay, corona's temperatures, solar flares. solar wind, disturbances of communication information system during solar flares and all. So that many answer is still not known. The same thing we were trying with the help of Parker Solar Probe. So Parker Solar Probe launched on the 12th August 2018 from Cape Canaveral. Cape Canaveral means it's a NASA based mission. It was a small car size spacecraft, and it traveled with at a distance of 4 million miles from Earth's surface. Okay, 4 million miles from Earth's surface. Purpose: Sun's atmosphere, facing various conditions of the heat, viscous condition of heat, radiation, and eventually providing the humankind with the closest ever star observations. Okay, so of course this is the closest star from the Earth's surface. You will get a lot of informations. Okay, and purpose, you remember guys, the same purpose those you people have know in the case of Aditya mission, same purpose you can write it. No need to write any, even read out anything. Okay, those India is trying in the case of Aditya, that US already tried with the help of this mission. Okay, another one is the Parker Solar Probe. Parker Solar Probe was also NASA's based solar probe that launched on the 12th August 2019, and even it has completed a 1 year. It's 1 year completions. Okay, its service even completed, guys. Okay, even sorry, I'm very sorry. Actually, this is the new updation of the Parker Solar Probe. Parker Solar Probe now completed 1 year. Okay, that Parker Solar Probe you have seen here, guys. Okay, you have seen here in 2018 you send it. Okay, finally it launched. Okay, in that orbit, and from that period of time to August 2019. Okay, August 2019, at least it has completed 1 year of their own activities, functional services and all. Okay, that is the news, and it was the NASA's part of Living with the Star program. Okay, and of course Sun is a what? It is one of the star. Okay, see about the Earth origins have a many thought, guys. Somebody said from some stars the life came to the Earth. Nobody knows exactly what happened. Somebody are saying maybe some asteroids were the reason behind the origin of life on the surface. Okay, somewhere the people are telling that there is a origin of the Earth is related with the Junos. Okay, Jupiter. So at least with the help of studies you will come on any conclusions. Still we are not very clear. Scientist communities are not very clear. Okay, fine. Now you see a series of solar mission right now. Started from the Parker, and Parker, that was the news, completed. And of course, August 2020, it's completed 2 years. Okay, right now. Fine. Solar Orbiter mission, guys. Solar Orbiter mission is also called as a SOLO mission. SOLO mission is actually, it was launched on the 10th February 2020. So I hope you know very well that totally updation here. And the purpose, of course, again, the solar mystery is and all 7-year lifespan. But the distance is here more closer from in the comparison to Parker probes that even sent there, guys. It is a collaboration of European Space Agency and NASA. Actually, European Space Agency is a very rich country. So most of the cases, if the joint work between European Space Agency and NASA based, so mostly contribution of funding European Space Agencies are doing. Okay, mostly they are doing. So it launched from the Cape Canaveral, okay, with the help of Atlas V rockets. Here, launch vehicle you can see here, guys. Okay, the purpose, it is dedicated for the solar and heliospheric physics. Heliospheric physics is that reason up to that distance have an effect of solar radiations. Means I can tell you guys, solar system. Suppose this is the sun, and up to Kuiper belt regions have an effect of sun lights. So this is called heliosphere. So in this region, guys, and one thing more I will tell you, that discussion I will do with you in the case of Voyager mission. After those area where there is no sunlight is up to maximum what? Kuiper belt I am telling you, where the Plutos and similar type of dwarf planet present. After it have a no effect of sunlight, you are not under the attraction of sun. This is called interstellar space. That is called interstellar space. And the Voyager mission sent here interstellar space. Voyager mission across our solar system, guys. And Voyager mission will come after some time. You just wait. Okay, fine. See about this solo mission. It's the first mission that will provide the images of sun's north and south poles. First time. Okay, this solo mission will try to capture the north and south pole images of sun. Okay, another one, guys, 7-year mission, you know very well, and the distance will be around 26 million miles. What you have seen in the case of a Parker is a 4 million miles. What about in this case? It will be more closer from the Earth. It is more far from the Earth's surface, so it means more closer to the sun. More closer to the sun means more effect of radiation, more effect of heat will be there, and that is the reason it is developed by that type of substances which will provide a heat shields. So it will not melt even up to 970 degree Fahrenheit as data is given here. It is made up by titanium heat shields coating, okay, in calcium phosphate, so that it can endure temperature up to 970 degree Fahrenheit. There will be no effect on this spacecraft. So whenever it will be very close to the sun, guys, so more better images will come. And finally, with the help of these all closest distance, we will find out about the drives, the features of solar winds, and even coronal magnetic field that originated, how everything's even happen in that particular area. We can check through the help of it. Next one, guys, about Punch mission. Next one is a Punch mission. What about the Punch mission? See, guys, Punch mission, the full form of Punch mission is what? This is a polarimeter to unify the corona and heliosphere. Again, I repeat, polarimeter to unify corona and heliosphere. That it is also a planning. Okay, this is also a planning for the coming future 2022. Purpose again for the study of sun and their own mysteries. Actually, here why it is important from my side, reason one of the Indian scientists, okay, Indian scientists and institutions also involved into future Punch mission. And the name of person is a Deepankar Banerjee. He is a solar physicist, okay, from Indian Institute of Astrophysics. Even is also a co-investigator for the Punch mission. Purpose, a miscellaneous temperature of outer corona. We will try to find out same detail, guys. Those India is trying in the case of Aditya, same type of application, even objectives we will also see here. It will focus on understanding the transition of particles from sun's outer corona, solar winds, okay, that type of effect it will check. And as I told you guys, this mission is expected to be launched by 2022. It is a NASA based mission, okay, and NASA has selected a particular research institute, okay, that will do the leading work for the Punch mission, made it successful in the coming future by 2022. That is a Texas based Southwest Research Institute. Okay, this is the leading institute. Those are working to make Punch mission successful. Now come next, Kepler mission. Now the next one is the Kepler mission. Okay, next one is Kepler mission. Kepler mission is not, Kepler is not a spacecraft. First clarity you should have. Kepler is actually a kind of a space telescope. It is a space telescope. Okay, and there is a news, guys, that when it was launched in 2009, and now this work is going to complete. At least it is retired after a 9.5 years. Okay, so it was roughly around 10 years. This Kepler mission has done their own jobs. Purpose was, guys, presently orbiting the sun. As Earth is orbiting the sun, Kepler mission presently is also orbiting the sun. Even nearby it is exhausted, but it is still into the orbit and they are working in the sun orbits. Nearly 156 million kilometers from the Earth. At this distance it is orbiting the sun, guys. Okay, fine. And one thing more, guys, through the help of their own studies. Actually, what about the main purpose of a Kepler space telescope? They even trying to find out Earth-like planet. Kepler space telescope trying to find out Earth-like planet. Study of Earth-like planet. And even there is a lot of achievement. Earth size, Earth-like planet. This was a study where in our Milky Way galaxy region. In our Milky Way galaxy region. So Earth size planet. When hundreds of the Earth size and smaller planets in or around the habitable zone they discovered. And habitable zone in the space is called as a Goldilocks zone. It was UPSC Prelims 2016. What is a Goldilocks zone? Sometime it is in the news. So Goldilocks zone is that area in the space where have a possibility of life, habitable zone. I can give you some example. How in a space particular region can be a habitable zone. See, guys, one thing. One side you take Mars, second side you see a Venus. Okay, one side you see Mars, second side you see Venus. One is hot, second is cold. In between, guys, have some regions where the temperature will be in between. Okay, of course, Earth is still coming in that regions. And this is the transitional region, guys. In between the hotter and the colder places, there will be some transitional region where the temperature will be moderate. And those type of moderate temperature where have a possibility of life, living organism can survive. So you go and check, guys, in that particular location, if have any kind of objects, any kind of a region, any kind of celestial bodies in that areas have a possibility of life, that will come under a habitable zone region in our space. And that type of particular region is actually under the example of Goldilocks zones. UPSC prelims 2016. So Kepler mission will try to find out Earth-like planets, not habitable zones. But somebody is even confused. But the main purpose is the Earth-like planet. Goldilocks zone is a habitable zone. Okay. Even next is the Transient Exoplanet Survey Satellite, that is TESS. It is a NASA mission, and it will look the sky. Okay, Earth sky. Okay, and which Earth sky? You know, brightest star. All the brightest star. You know, guys, lot of the how lights towards the Earth is coming from sun, and how the sunlight is coming because of nuclear fusion, because of a lot of the dust particles are there, and they involve into nuclear fusion reaction, and the finally stars based lights generating, and they are coming towards the Earth. You know, this TESS mission, even NASA developed especially for the study of this type of incidents. Those are going to be happening to the Earth sky. Okay, and this mission even will monitor at least 2 lakh stars for signs of exoplanets. There is shining that is coming there, guys. Their signs, their identifications, ranging from Earth-side rocky worlds to huge gas giant planets. Okay. Fine. Next one, guys, how it will help us. It will help the astronomers for better understanding of the structure of solar system outside of our Earth, and provide insight into how our own solar system formed. Of course, guys, when you people will make a proper view every moment of time, those entire stars. So somehow you people are going to see the Earth sky every moment of time. Many activities of the Earth sky you people can check. And somehow through the help of knowledge, guys, somehow you can connect about the Earth origin, Earth evolution, space origin, Milky Ways, and all origin and every characters you can check. So there is a possibility that we can identify entire things. Okay. Next one, guys, some asteroid mission you come. The one is the Dawn asteroid mission. Okay. Since its launch in year 2007, okay, it was an unmanned spacecraft, has traveled 4.3 billion miles, 6.9 billion kilometers from the Earth's surface, and the only spacecraft ever to orbit a cosmic body in 2011. And that was the cosmic body, that was the asteroids belt. And where is the asteroid belt? You know, that is in between Mars and Jupiter. And one of the asteroid study it has done, that name is the Vesta. So this is the first mission. This is the first mission, though a NASA based mission, guys, even has done study of asteroids. And what is the name of asteroid? Vesta. Okay. And even, guys, after running out of fuel in 2018, okay, being the only NASA spacecraft launched 11 years ago, that study 2 of the largest object in asteroid belt has ended its mission. So that is okay. Today's is not working. At least 11 years it has given their own even whatever their own achievements. Another mission you see, guys, that is the study for asteroids. That is the NASA's OSIRIS-REx mission. It launch took place on 2016. Okay, and the spacecraft is traveling for 2 years, but reaching its target permitting asteroids Bennu in 2018. Okay, so at least in 2 years it will reach to the Bennu asteroids. Okay, and it happened in 2018. And see, what about the beauty of this asteroids mission? NASA's OSIRIS-REx spacecraft had discovered hydrogen and oxygen molecule in few amounts. It is available, and even it was a part of a water formula, and thus the potential for life. Actually, guys, again I will tell you, some scientists believe in this, have an opinion that Earth life even came from some of the asteroids. Okay, how much it is true or not? So whenever you see the observations and samples, the soil samples of asteroids, so you can correct definitely maybe possibility, guys. Okay, that life, earth-based life came from asteroids. Okay, so that even also connected. And see guys, the entrant in the asteroid Bennu's rocky surface, okay, where they grab a sample of rock and dust and bring it to back to the earth. Okay, I hope you people understood. So it brought even asteroid samples, rock sample also, and through their chemical testing we will try to find out about the lives and all. Okay, now come next, Voyager mission. Voyager mission, I told you guys, it was the mission which is the farthest mission right now, which is the farthest mission ever. Okay, NASA based mission, and I told you it sent into the interstellar space. It sent into an interstellar space. What is the interstellar space? You people know very well. Okay, just across Kuiper belt. Even there was two Voyager guys, the one Voyager 1 and the second was Voyager 2 mission, and both across Kuiper belt, and both are right now in interstellar space. Even this mission was sent in 1970s. It sent in 1970s, still going in the interstellar space. And the concept of interstellar space, you people very clear. And this was the NASA based mission guys, farthest mission. Before this mission, Pioneer 10 and Pioneer 11. Pioneer 10 and Pioneer 11 was the farthest mission that ever sent. And now it is ahead of that mission. Maximum farthest distance of Voyager. Even Voyager carried a lot of information about Earth lives. Earth-based lot of data is available there. Even when NASA sent this mission in that time, many countries laugh on NASA that NASA is mad. NASA is totally dumped right now. That countries even have given a statement. Why? Because NASA has given all the information about the Earth and lives. Even one of the Rajasthani ghazal is inside guys. Even bird sounds, lake sounds, river sounds, even your features, every data is available there. And your life cycles, okay, your complete life cycle. You born, then you people grow, then you become old, then you die. So everything is data is there. Now you may ask me, sir, why this type of data are inside it? The reason is guys, beyond Earth still have some place where your all information is available in this spacecraft. How much it is true, I don't know, but I got somewhere in the article guys that suppose there are some aliens in the space. So maybe possibility they will meet with this spacecraft and they will know all the knowledge about have somewhere that have somewhere what life, and they can connect with us. How much truth behind this article, I don't know, but maybe I'm positive. You don't think so much, sir. Suppose that aliens will come, they will attack on us. Please don't talk like it. What about I got in one of the article in somewhere I read it. So I just to inform you. But overall, this is the maximum distance based farthest mission ever sent in the world. Okay, by NASA. Now you may ask me, what about the energy sources? Even today, when you people are listening my video now, this class, in that moment of time, still this is going on and going on. And how it is possible? How it is possible? Because they have a nuclear reactors and they are using nuclear fuels. So with the help of nuclear reactors and nuclear fuels, it is still going on and going on. This is the Voyager 1 guys. And beautiful Rajasthani ghazals, some Goriya and something like it. Not going to recall, but few words only getting right now. So now come next mission, that is a ISAT and ISAT-2. ISAT, so this is that satellite we will try to identify about ISET. So you can guess very easily guys. ISAT means ISAT-1 and ISAT-2, you people understood. See guys, ISAT, what its full name? ISAT is the Ice, Cloud and Land Elevation Satellite. Again I repeat, Ice, Cloud and Land Elevation Satellites. Actually this is the satellites, okay, that will use for the measuring of ice sheet, mass balanced, okay, cloud and aerosol heights, land topography and vegetation characteristics as a Earth observation system. Wait guys, what about the function of Earth observation satellite? It will perform, but the main intention is study of ice sheet mass balance. Okay, fine. An Earth observation satellite, you people know very well. 5 satellite I taught you guys in very detail guys. I think this is the 11th or 12th video of space technology where I'm going to complete the space. Okay, and I always told you guys each and every topics I discuss you very clearly, and I have given proper time to entire topics. That after this video classes, those you are listening, you don't have a need of any other things, only updation of current affairs you do. Even whenever you discuss with any of the students of any institutions, okay, you will know very well guys how much the benefit you have because of these entire discussions, those I taught you here on this platforms. Now come ISAT 1. ISAT 1 was actually sent and worked between 2003 to 2010. And ISAT 2 is a second generation of this mission. Okay, this mission, and that was even launched on the September 2018 from Vandenberg Air Force Base station in California. Okay, and where it sent at the altitude of approximately 496 kilometer, and 496 kilometer, you know very well, this is the low Earth orbit. Okay, low Earth orbit, see, near polar orbit, low Earth orbit, and low Earth orbit is what? Position wise, it is the polar position. So in that place it is sent. Purpose, at last you come, NASA's ISAT 2 will map ice sheets melting in the Antarctica and resulting the rising of sea level across the globe. You know very well guys, because of global warming, what is going on? The ice sheet is going to melt with a very faster speed, and now the coastal areas are going to submerge due to rise of sea water, okay, ocean water. So that every observation even check here, and finally with the help of these all the data, we will try to do the climate forecast. Okay, so finally it will help us to understand the climate and all the problems. Okay, and even sea ice height to inside an inch, this can measure. So even inches, a few inches base thickness of ice sheet, it can measure guys. So that is a beauty of this mission. Now we'll come into Artemis program. Okay, Artemis program. What is this program? First of all, you listen guys, what is the full form of Artemis? Artemis is the acceleration, reconnection, turbulence and electrodynamics of moon's interaction with sun. This is the complete name of Artemis. Actually guys, this is the NASA's next mission, especially to moon. Okay, NASA will land, and NASA has planning to send even land astronauts on the surface of moon. I told you now that NASA stopped to send the man in the space mission, but here NASA has a planning to land the man. Man to NASA also sent earlier guys, but first time women will go. So NASA will land the first women and next man on the moon by 2022. So man, it is the next time again for the man NASA will send, but the women first time will go, women astronauts will be there. Year, target year 2024. See guys, Artemis is the name, okay, used as a twin sister of Apollo, and in the Greek words, Artemis means goddess of moon. So what Artemis represent? Okay, that many other statements used for the Artemis. Artemis means twin sister of Apollo. Artemis means goddess of moon in the Greek mythology. That is the reason here the Artemis program name came for manned moon mission by NASA in coming future. And the beauty of this mission guys, that a women will also go with man astronauts. Okay, and here guys, the objective of this mission is what? The sun's radiation hits our rocky moon, where there is a no magnetic field to protect it. Of course, just like I have given you a question, even those UPSC as in 2013-14, while lot of solar radiations, lot of ions are moving in the space with the good speed, but still they are in the space, and when sometimes they fall down to the surface of Earth, but still we are safe. Reason, they are diverting toward the polar region due to effect of magnetic fields. Maximum magnetic field toward the polar region on the Earth. Similar type of here guys, that magnetic fields are there or not, so that study they will do properly. Okay, that magnetic fields are there, they will protect the entire waves, entire ions and charges that will fall on the moon or not. Accordingly, we will plan human being and send there. Suppose human will land on the moon surface, okay, and under the ions and charges impacts, the human will come, astronauts will come, their life matters. So finally, somehow this will also identify this effects of ion and charges on the moon surface. Next one guys, the ICON mission. ICON mission. ICON mission is what? The full form is Ionosphere Connection Explorer. Ionosphere Connection Explorer. This is a full form of ICON mission. Okay, ICON mission is what? It is the NASA based mission. Purpose is a very dynamic zone present in our atmosphere that is called ionospheres, study of Earth ionosphere. So purpose of this ICON mission is the study of Earth ionosphere. Okay, study of Earth ionosphere. What is the full form of ICON? You people know very well. Ionosphere Connection Explorer. Okay, it was launched from aircraft over the Atlantic Oceans near Florida coast on 11th October 2019. Lifespan was 2 years. Okay, everyone. And the purpose was study of Earth ionosphere. And finally, we will try to identify those various layers of uppermost atmosphere where the free electrons are flowing with the very good speed. Okay, and even somehow they even dangerous for us. So of course, guys, ICON mission will inform you properly about the ionosphere region, its disturbances, charges, ions, everything, and properly you will make safety. Even when you people send any space mission, astronauts, so they also cross this ionosphere region and then they'll go in the space. Okay, everybody. So you, with the help of the study of ionosphere, accordingly you will plan for the future mission. You can save the life of satellites. You can save the life of astronauts. So in that way, the ICON mission will give you this type of knowledge. Next one, guys, Chang mission. Chang is the name of moon goddess. I'm gonna repeat. Chang is a name of moon goddess. Okay, and this is the moon mission. Okay, and where is it is Chang term is used for moon goddess? In China. So that is the reason I can tell you it's a China based mission. So over a lunar exploration program. Okay, actually this Chang mission have many phases. Recently those phases are in news, that is a phase 4. Okay, but in the background of Chang mission, you listen guys, the first lunar orbit mission Chang 1 was sent in 2007. Chang 2 sent in 2010, China. Chang 3 was in 2013 and Chang 4 was in 2019. At least 2 years at least. Okay, 2019. And today this Chang 4 is in the news, guys. Chang 5 and Chang 6 mission in the coming future. Current updates, those I will provide you. Okay, and that is I can tell you this Chang 4 is in the news for you people guys, 4th phase. And the one thing, it is a robotic research station. Okay, development. The purpose of Chang 4 mission is to develop a robotic research station near the moon's south pole. I hope you people know very well. In the case of Chandrayaan 2, India also tried to do landing with the help of lander on the southern pole regions. Similarly, here China has done it. Robotics research station near the moon's south pole. That was the intention of Chang 4 mission. Okay, everybody, fine. Actually, China has a planning. Okay, China has a planning that after this landing, even you see guys that Chang 4 mission, what actually it is here, achieve humanity's first soft landing, means human made first lander landed it here. Okay, where? Far side of moon. Actually, we people only see one phase of moon every moment of time. Reason, Earth rotation, okay, and moon revolution, both time period same. Both time period same. That is the reason only one phase of moon always in front of, from the Earth, guys. Second phase, back side, yeah, I am telling you, far side is not visible from the Earth. That is called as a tidal locking. There's a very good question for your paper, guys. Why only one phase of moon is visible from the Earth? That answer is a tidal locking. The reason Earth rotation and moon revolution, both time period same. That's why the particular location is always in the respect of what? In the respect of moon. Okay, everybody, fine. So this is the here the China has planning to do soft landing. Okay, one part. Where the year was, the time period was 3rd January 2019. Okay, far side, that was even achieved. China achieved it. Okay, another one, guys, here purpose was why dark side of the moon. Actually, there is a lot of information that dark side have a lot of better resources. Even helium-3 is one of the isotope of helium is reported it is toward the far side of moon. Okay, many other reason, guys. That's why China is doing it. China has launched the Chang 4 mission as a first probe ever to explore the dark side of the moon. See, in this toward the dark side, China is not sending the first time mission. Before it, some other country also tried. Okay, I am telling you guys, but lander did not say by anyone. You people have sent Farsight to take picture images and all. Okay, but landing first time that China has done. So landing wise, it is the first time. Okay, study wise, it is the third or fourth. Before it, two more countries even done it, I think. So be clear, guys. Concept should be clear, and it will be a milestone in the ambitious space program from China side. Okay, why one phase of moon we people are going to see? Because of tidal lock condition, as I told you guys. Okay, far side of moon is called as a south pole Aitken basin, and in the case of Chandrayaan 2 mission earlier videos, I taught you guys the south pole, why south pole has a planning reason. South pole have a more land regions, reason south pole have a less effect of radiations. Okay, temperature is not in that way, guys. Just another side you can see. Okay, and that is the reason have a possibility of life, possibility of water, possibility of gases. Okay, everything is possible. That's why India also selected a south pole regions, and similarly China also have done it in this case. The Chiang name is actually Chinese moon goddess name, that you know very well, guys. Okay, actually one more problem towards the backsides. Backside is what, guys? That sunlight is not there, suppose have a no effects. So how signal will send towards the earth from the backside? So for that purpose, the something new which is here to develop, that is called radio telescope for communicating in the absence of transmitting medium. Okay, so radio telescopes type of system will be used, okay, to communicate from far side. That is even not easy task. It is a difficult task, but it is the part here in the case of this mission. Next we will come into Yutu-2, guys. Actually Yutu-2 is one of the rover. When the lander will land toward the southern pole, guys, then the rover will free from the lander. That you people remember in the case of Chandrayaan 2. Chandrayaan 2, one orbiter, one lander, one rover. Overall, the mass was 3877 kg. I taught you. Okay, I'm very sure you people are listening from the entire series as well. Okay, I think this is the 34 videos. Okay, of science and tech. Okay, in this case of lunar rover, okay, Yutu-2 is a lunar rover, and definitely, guys, it will walk on the surface. When the lander will land later on, it will walk on the surface, and the rover has a program to launch ground penetration of radar that will help them map moon's inner structures. So they will have some ground penetration of radar system. Through that they can watch properly what is inside the moon internal structure. Means inside the moon rock, what about the features are there? Just like earth have a crust, mantle, core, similarly they will do these activities, and even they will also analyze the soil and rock samples to check their own minerals. Okay, and finally in that way, guys, radio telescopes already there to search the possible signals to the deep space. Okay, in that way, guys, a lot of knowledge we will have. I hope you people very clear. Okay, what about the advancement in the case of Chandrayaan 4? Next one will come into the next discussion about Hayabusa 1 and Hayabusa 2. Hayabusa, it is a Japanese name, and Hayabusa is an asteroid based mission that's sent by Japan. Japan agency is called JAXA. JAXA means Japanese Space Exploration Agency. Okay, asteroid sample return mission. Okay, it was operated by Japanese Space Exploration Agency. See, this was sent in the mid-September 2005, and it is the Hayabusa landed on the asteroid Itokawa. Okay, which asteroids mission it achieved, guys? Which asteroid it reached there? Itokawa. Okay, and even collect a lot of samples from it. Okay, and even a lot of the asteroid material. Okay, asteroid material samples it also carried towards the earth, and then finally on the earth we have done their own chemical testing. So Hayabusa 1 achieved it when it brought the samples, asteroid samples, in 2010. And the second mission, the same for asteroid mission with the name of Hayabusa 2, it was launched on 3rd December 2014, and it reached to the near earth asteroid Ryugu, where Ryugu, R-Y-U-G-U, on 27 June 2018. What about the distance? 300 million kilometers from the earth's surface. It properly landed there, and finally it also even it has done their own survey of 1.5 years. Okay, year and a half, 1.5 year, guys, properly it has done that asteroid survey. Okay, and then leaving them in December 2019 and back to the earth on December 2020. Okay, and finally what happened again, I will tell you guys, this is again the same type of asteroid based mission. Okay, and this one even carry a scientific payloads. What about the payloads? Remote sensing payloads, carry sample also towards the earth's surface, 4 small rovers which will examine the asteroid's surface, and even lot of the updates about environment and its earthier rocks. Okay, finally it also brought the samples those collected on the asteroids, and finally asteroids based chemical studies, the soil based chemical studies we perform on in this Japan lab, guys. Okay, so this is the beauty of this mission. And one more that is very popular mission, very popular mission. This is China's artificial moon project. What about here in the China's artificial moon project, guys? China even try to make successful in coming future. The purpose was, there was a news, guys, that China is very positive with this mission for artificial moon. Okay, by 2020 in Chengdu district, Chengdu city, that is a southwestern city of China, Chengdu. Here China had planned, okay, to at least install artificial moon, okay, artificial moon, and replace street lights. Why the street light is used in the particular reason in the night, guys? Because of the street light have a proper light and the people could move in the night, guys. But in this case of a street light, we are going to consume electricity. Electricity generated because of burning of coal or other sources, and here have a lot of expenditure, lot of money involved. And through the help of artificial moon, guys, what about the principle will work here, that artificial moon will provide a light to the particular reason, so street light will be not required in this case. So how this artificial moon we will install, and the nature, those electricity we are going to generate, that supply will stop, and finally we can save lot of money in China. That is the technology in the case of artificial moon project, and that was the planning in 2020. But you know very well, guys, 2020 is being over right now. Okay, it's going here. So finally what happened? So it will be delay. It is delay. Fine. Actually, it is the prototype experiment, those I told you. A big level of China has planning to set up artificial moon, 3 artificial moon in a particular combinations. Okay, and a particular area of 80 to 100 kilometer regions that will come under the effect of artificial moonlights. Okay, you tell me, guys. Sunlights to everybody know, day is here, but in night moon's lights are also coming towards earth. Even, guys, in rural areas, when I stay there in the night, we can also walk because of moonlights. And here those even China's have planning that China will increase coming lights through the help of artificial moon 8 times than natural lights those are coming from the moon. So 8 times more light through the help of artificial moon China will try to generate, and finally 80 kilometer areas will have a no need of street lights, and people can walk very easily in the night, guys. How it will be, what it will be, you come there, guys. Chinese scientists intended to sending a 3 artificial moon to the space. I told you how many? 3 has a planning in coming 4 years. 4 years. Within 4 years, China will try to make it successful. Here a reflective material like mirror type is estimated to install at the proper height. Okay, suppose this is the one, this is the one more mirror, and this is the one more reflecting mirror. Reflections within a same medium it happened. The light is going and again the light is coming back in the same medium. This procedure is called reflection. Okay, fine. Reflection. And this is the reflecting materials, the 1, 2 and 3 mirrors are there, and this is what? This is the earth. Suppose this is the earth. Guys, in the night sunlight is not coming towards you, towards the earth, but upside this is going to move somewhere. Upside it is going to move somewhere. That's why if we are not receiving a light, it is going to pass from some height, okay, above the earth's surface. See, guys, if here you make a some mirrors. Okay, if suppose this is the light, sunlight, this is the sunlight, those are coming here to the mirrors, and from the mirror it will reflect back towards the earth. So here the earth have a light or not? After some time, this light will from the sun, it will come to this mirror and then reflect back here towards the earth. Then again, this portion of the earth have a light or not. After some time, this sunlight will go to this mirror and then again this light from the mirror will reflect back. Okay, actually I am not telling you, this type of experiment already have done 15-20 years back, and that paper also published. It's a physics based experiment. Okay, even I have mentioned it, guys, this physics based experiment already has done. Okay, and that in French artist has done this type of some experiment has already done there, guys. The same principle China is trying to follow here, guys. Okay, I just try to make simple every concepts that through the help of reflecting mirror in the space at some height, those lights are going to pass at some height from the earth's surface, not coming towards the earth in the night, guys. That will reflect back toward the earth, and through the help of these three combinations at 80-90 kilometer regions, okay, we will provide reflecting back lights and no need of this electricity based street lights, so we can conserve. See, where this mirror you will install at the height of 500 kilometer above the earth. Now you clear? And see, light up area with a diameter of 10 to 80 kilometer area will cover. And in that way, guys, see, this is the reflective coating on the artificial moon. Okay, enlightened satellite is said to be 8 times brighter, I already told you, than the real moon lights. Okay, this is the point. And see, what about the target is here? Every year, light from the artificial moon in Chengdu, if it cover around 40 square kilometer area, where have a 50 square kilometer area have a what? Street lights. So ultimately 1.2 billion yuan China can save, overall 240 million rupees. That is the electricity cost China has spent that China can save. So somehow it will also help to their own economy. So through the help of this experiment, if it will become successful, so how much electricity, money, generation, supply and all China can save. And you know what about the beauty of this mission? The beauty of this mission is, guys, if suppose anywhere natural disaster happens, suppose some earthquake happen and whatever, all the electricity system blocked, all the grid system failed. But in that, suppose this all the incident happen in the midnight, my God, how you people will involve into the disaster management and all, how people will go and provide the relief system. So finally, in that particular reason, if it's totally dark, no electricity, grid failed, everything is there. So this type of system you installed at some height, and now the people will get the proper lights, and you can go for managements, and you can save the life of many people. Somebody even said, sir, if this type of things will come, so nocturnal animal will have a problems. Those plants and animals have a need of nights for their own survival. See, guys, this is just as an experimental level. Okay. First of all, whenever we will become successful, later on we will see. It is not started. It is not all the nocturnal animals going to die. Please. Okay. Don't think like it. First, whenever the China will be successful, this is the reason at the small level China is trying to do it. In the coming future, it will be help us. Whenever the earthquake came, whenever this type of situation comes, a lot of economy and all. So in that case, it is favorable. So don't be negative. You should be in the balance. First of all, you should pray that China, whatever it is doing, China should be even successful. So overall, it will be good for every countries, guys. Okay. So this was a very lengthy video, guys, but I'm very sure now those all the space mission I covered 25, this will be enough for your examination, guys. So, and this video I will I will free on the Purvanchal IAS YouTube, that even I want it should be free for everyone, so at least everybody will get benefits. And rest of all the videos, guys, even it is hidden on my YouTube platform Purvanchal IAS. If you are interested to listen my entire videos, yeah, join these all the online courses, yeah, face-to-face classes. I explain everything on the face-to-face also. If you are Gorakhpur and nearby regions, so kindly contact on the given number. Even office will also help you to provide all the entire courses, online courses. So thank you, everybody. Take care of yourself. Have a good day. Bye.